get to know you. Have you, as like you're like, in my eyes at least, known as like the hippie rabbi, like because you have like, this crazy past. Can you tell us a little bit about your background before Torah?
So I grew up like a regular public school guy in Toronto in the six, and I was always looking for something more real about reality. I felt that I saw people getting jobs they didn't like, working for companies that they didn't feel any connection to, getting deeper and deeper bags under their eyes, and just not feeling plugged into life. And I saw people already in high school like this, and I just said, there's gotta be more to this beautiful, beautiful world than just being an unhappy guy working for a job that you don't like. So it began this journey of seeking and looking. I did a lot of running as a cross-country runner.
Whoa.
I would run everywhere. We would go up to the cottage, and I would tell my friends, I'd say, no, I'm just gonna run there. I didn't run there. Yeah, it could have been 30 kilometers away. If we were at camp and we go to a cottage, I'll just run. We didn't even run there. I'll meet you guys there. So lo and behold, they're all sitting by the campfire, and they're like, and I would just like pull up. I've arrived. No, you ran it. I ran here. Now, why was I so into running? Is that I felt that running was like my sanctuary of peace, of finding calm and connection. And I always like the idea of running is that you're not running against anybody. When you run by yourself, it's just you. You're really coming into your own mental space. And I felt it was very meditative for me. It was this beginning of the world of meditation, of spending time pushing my limits of what's possible. So that was a big feature of high school years. And that was all part of a journey of coming back and finding what this beautiful world is all about. Is having time to just even think. I saw a lot of people don't think. I remember watching sometimes people, and I'd see people like, I would just be walking down the street. This is even back in the day before, cell phones were so big. And I would notice that people would either be, reading something, or on a phone, or very busy with something. If you saw a guy sitting on a bench, and he looked like he was just sitting like this, so likely a person would say the guy's probably nuts. It's probably crazy. It could be he was, but it could be that he was just trying to spend time thinking about what this world really is and the beauty of this world. And I just started trying to connect to that. It took me to looking at all different religions around the world. Who's got it? Like, I know that people have been seeking out God. I know that they were seeking purpose and mission. And I wanted to see, what does everyone have to say? So I was very open to hearing the wisdom that people had to say. And eventually that led me on a journey to come to the Holy Land. And I met wonderful, wonderful people. I was at the Kotel right here. And this was the end of a birthright trip. And I got a tap on the shoulder from Rabbi Meir Schuster, a blessed memory. And he said, "Are you a Jew?" And I said, "Yes." So he says, "You should go to yeshiva." So I said, "What's yeshiva?" And he said, "Let me take you." And he took me here to Aish HaTorah. And I remember seeing all of these rabbis and feeling they had really good answers to the questions that I was asking. So I had more questions. And I felt that they gave very sensible answers. And like the story we've been talking about, the treasures in your own backyard, I realized that I went all over the place looking, but I just had to come and identify with the inner light of what the Jewish people represent. So that's a little bit of the background that led me to here.
What? That's great. I didn't know about the running. I've heard about basketball. Did you also play basketball?
I played basketball. I was okay. I dabbled, on the courts a little bit. In public school, you got to be good to be a somebody. So even if you were, a decent player, but when you play these Toronto guys like these, they knew how to play. So I was decent, and I still like playing basketball, but running is where it's at. Running, cross-country running, ultra marathons, canoe trips. That's really where my heart is at. To just go Actually, one of my old buddies just sent me. I sent an email out, just wishing people blessing for the Tu B'Shvat holiday, and he sent me an email back. Somebody I went to high school with and college with, and he sent me an email back. Said I just came across these pictures from you and I. This is probably 25 years ago in college, of us going canoeing in Quetico. Quetico is Northern Ontario. Quetico is so beautiful. It's just endless lakes, real forest, like Canadian forest, and just you get in a canoe and you just go, and you have your food, whatever you got, and you drink the water from the lakes. You cook up your food at night. You have some gorp, they call it, good old raisins and peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
Russia Teva's gorp, and you just go, and you see the northern lights. Just think about that, David Schleimer, the northern lights. Every night you're looking up, and you're saying, "Mi bara eile," who made all this? You see the dancing of the violets and greens and blues and pinks, and you just realize this world has a creator. It's so obvious. He's talking to us all the time. So canoe trips are really big for me.
But that was before you had Torah, right?
So I always feel that I had inside of my heart the light that was seeking. Torah means Torah, like guidance. And I felt that I had like this inner compass that was guiding me. When I came and found the Torah Mamish, I realized like this is it. This is what I was feeling inside the whole time. So this was technically before I came here. But there was always an openness that this world is a beautiful place and God is waiting for. I felt like Avram Avinu, like Abraham, like really seeking and looking to find God.
And then, yeah, just before you got the tap on the shoulder, you were in Hawaii before? Like, what were you doing
before the holy tap on the shoulder?
Yeah.
So, Rabbi Schuster, of blessed memory, we love you. Rabbi Schuster brought thousands and thousands of people back just by simply tapping them on the shoulder and saying, do you want to reconnect with your heritage? So yes, I was in Hawaii. I was doing work there in personal development, helping people that really were struggling with their life, whether struggling being overworked, struggling just being stressed out, anxiety, and just giving them a place to have rest and rejuvenation. We ran a center there, and I was experiencing still this beauty of creation. And I had this feeling, and I'll tell you something, that I had this feeling when I was in Hawaii. Like I was living in a palace. We had this Hawaiian palace on the island of Kauai. So beautiful. And there was cacao trees, chocolate trees lining the driveway in towards this palace, interspersed with coconut palms and noni trees and beauty, just beauty. And I felt that I was so appreciative to be there, the types of chevra that were there, and very special people. And I had this feeling at a certain point that, and this was the feeling I had, I'm in the palace of the king, but I don't see the king. There's one thing missing, the king. So you could be in the palace of the king, and you're enjoying the palace of the king, but you really want to meet the king. You want to meet the one who has the vision of building palaces. You want to meet the one who has the vision of a perfected world. And I just felt that being there, I had everything that you could want, but the king himself was missing. But when I came to Eretz Yisrael and I learned the Torah, I felt like, I found the king. So hopefully we're going to also build up that the beauty of Eretz Yisrael will also match the beauty of the vision of the king.
Whoa. That's really cool. What were you doing in Hawaii, and how did you get the incentive to go there at the beginning?
So I had friends there, and I really felt that Hawaii's got a lot of like energy portals and like some strong, energetic vibes over there. And I was pulled there. There was an opportunity to go, and I really just wanted to make contact with that energy. And it was all part of the journey and the seeking. One of the first things that happened when I came to Eretz Yisrael, so I met my Rebbe, Aviol Rakovsky, and he said to me, he's like, "Oh, Moshe Chaim, where you been hanging out recently?" I said, "In Hawaii." It's like, Hawaii? That's Yud K Vav K backwards. That's Hashem's name, Hawaii. It's like, whoa, Rabbi, like, never thought of that, you know? Nice to meet you too.
Whoa.
So Bezrat Hashem, may Hashem help us that we can continue to be on the journey. And this is a message for all the sparks around the world, wherever they may be, is be on the journey. Be looking. Don't get lost in the palace. Go seek out the king. The king wants a relationship with you. The king wants to be close to you. And sometimes you have to go on that journey. But sometimes the king is closer than you realize. And the king really is inside. And to be able to find your way home, one of the visions of the whole coming of Mashiach is that all the sparks are going to come back. Tikka b'shofar golden, the great shofar blow is going to summon that all the sparks will come home. And Bezrat Hashem, we're going to hear that shofar blast. We're going to have the building of the Beis HaMikdash, the coming of Mashiach, and the kibbutz Goliath. All of the exiles come home, both physically and spiritually. And may we be Zoich and Mamish, and I so much appreciate our time together in David Shloimeh, growing together, learning together. I have such an amazing respect for you and your journey and what you represent in the Jewish nation. And may we have the full culmination of all the beauty that the King wants to give to the entire kingdom, that we could celebrate in the name of the King. Long live the King, Yechi HaMelech, for the coming of Mashiach b'mher of Yameinu, Amen v'Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, brother.
So, I have one quick question. Did you actually also have dreads?
Dreads. So I was a Hawaii guy. I looked more like you. Long hair here, zero over here, you know? And then I just flipped it, you know? I took all this and put it here.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Toda rabah.
Toda rabah.